Hey, that's just as SJ. On my video where I was talking about, I played the clip of the white woman talking about how she met a black man and he was living in his car and all this type of stuff, and she took him in, build a bear type situation, and they started a business and was on there bragging about saying something about he told her black women don't do that, which is stereotypical and generalizing because that's not the case of all black women. Anyway, that's what she was talking about. So I played the clip of her bragging about how she's a better woman than black women. That black women don't hold our men down and all this kind of stuff. Whatever. That video, this guy came in and said, you might be able to learn something from this white woman. And he said, I don't think he fully, I don't think he fully listened to the video, because if he really fully listened to the video like he should have, I stated in the video that I was in a relationship when I was with my ex. He was out of work, and he was living with his sister. Just a temporary setback. Life, it happens. But I knew, cause I had knew him from before. I knew his character, and I knew that he was the type of man that would work. I knew that I wasn't dealing with no lazy man. So I, you know, supported him and not financially, but no, he wouldn't take nothing from me. He wouldn't take nothing from. However, I did offer to let him stay at my place, but he didn't. He declined. He said, "No, I don't want to get too comfortable because I want to get up. I want to, because I knew what type of man I was dealing with. Because I didn't do the shacking up thing, but I knew what type of man that I was dealing with, and I knew that he was the type that would work. I knew he was a hard worker, and I knew that I knew I wasn't dealing with a lazy guy. So I literally did the very thing that she's talking about. Already been there and done that. Okay, so what can she tell me? And it's lots of black women that have done the exact same thing that she's talking about. Now, some of those black women have did what she's talking about, and only to get cheated on and abused, and left for another woman. Sometimes a white woman, but sometimes another woman. After you build them up, then they leave. Now, I'm not saying that's always the case, but that has happened in a lot of cases where black women have built it with black men, and they got left, messed around and got left. So it's a lot of black women that have held black men down, including myself. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Started thunderstorming outside. I can't do thunder and lightning. But anywho, what was I saying? Problem is, if I go away for too long, I lose track of what I was saying. Anywho, it's lots of black women, including myself, that have done just what she's talking about. You, you ain't doing nothing no different than a lot of other women done did. And then the man came in my comment section saying that I can maybe learn something from her. She can't teach me nothing. She can't teach me nothing, and she can't teach a whole lot of black women anything. Because first of all, and I stated this in the comment section. First of all, statistically, white women don't have successful relationships with black men. So what can y'all tell us? What can y'all tell us? Y'all think that y'all high and mighty. White women think that they're better than us because society and their men have told them that they were. Society and their men, white men, have put them up on a pedestal and told them that they were better. But they're not. White women are no different than any other woman on this planet. And they're no better. But, because their men put that in their head, and society has put that in their head, That's what they believe. They believe that they're better than us. And they believe that they can treat black men better, and they believe that, and first of all, um, they don't know, they have no idea what black women, we have different experiences in this country than they do. We go through, we don't go through the same things. We're not dealing with the same things and everything. So, but a lot of times they do think that they're better, but y'all know you're not better, because a lot of times when these black men do get with them, they're getting the same black guy. They're getting the same black guy. Statistically, they're leaving them to be single mothers at higher rates than they are with black women. So they're literally getting the same man. So exactly what is it that they're doing differently than what we're doing? And then you got these white women, I call them white black women, that'll get with a black man, and they have the mentality of what they perceive. I'll say what they perceive of how a black woman is. They act how they perceive how they perceive black women, because all black women, we're not a monolith and we don't all act the same. But that's their perception of us. So they try to take on that personality trait of what they think, or how they think we are. Okay? And it's a lot of white women that's like that. They take on that mentality of their perception of what a black woman is. And it's like a black woman in a white woman's body. Okay? So what is it exactly that they can teach us that we don't, what y'all not doing nothing no different? Because it's lots of black women that have held black men down. And some of them have gotten cheated on. Some of them have gotten abused. But you do have some successful relationships. You have some successful relationships where the black woman did what she's saying, and the black man and the woman has endured successfully. You do have some successful black relationships. So it depends on the man. It depends on the character of that man. And it depends on the situation. Because she's saying, oh, my black man, first of all, I wouldn't be so quick to get on my high horse if I was her, because he can wind up, cheating on her or betraying her in some type of way or whatever. Because a lot of times, when people want to look down on other people and want to sit up there and brag about stuff and want to sit down and look down on others, well, life has a way of saying, what did you say? So, you got to be careful. People got to be careful doing that. You got to be careful getting up on your high horse and looking down on other people for whatever reason, because you might wind up in the same situation that the people that you're talking about, you might wind up in that same situation. You might wind up getting left. You might wind up getting cheated on. Because that has happened to a lot of black women that have done that. So it's nothing that a white woman can teach us about how to treat a man, because statistically, they don't have successful relationships with black men. Their divorce rates are high. But on the flip side, black women have more successful relationships with white men. Now, maybe those black women can teach y'all a thing or two on how to treat a man. Maybe y'all need to listen to them sisters and see what their secrets to success is. All right? Because those relationships are more successful. They just are. I don't know why. They just are. So maybe the white women can learn a thing from those black women. Okay? So when y'all saying, oh, y'all black women can learn something from her, no, we can't. She ain't doing nothing no different than a lot of black women have already done or is currently doing. That man, when he told her that, he was projecting. He was projecting. He was down on his luck. He was in a situation, in a desperate type situation, and he's looking for a woman to take him in and help him out. Well, they'll say anything to get you to get a place to stay, to get you to feel sorry for them. Okay, men will say anything, and you know, white women, if they the type that look down on black women and think that they're better than black women. Now, I'm not saying all white women are that way, because not all of them are like that. Because it's a lot of them. There's some of them that come on TikTok and say they wouldn't have nothing to do with a black man like that. That downgrades his own race of women. So I'm not gonna say they all like that, because they're not. But you got a lot of white women like her that like to come on social media and rub things in black women's faces and saying that, oh, we're better women than y'all because she thinks she has a successful relationship with a black man, and so she want to come on social media and rub things in black women's faces, going off of some stuff that he done told her, and she's eating it up. She's eating it up because she thinks she's superior. She's eating it up because she thinks she's superior to black women, and she thinks she's better than black women. So and he knew that she was that type of a white woman. See, men study us. They study us. They really study us, and he knew what type of woman he was dealing with, and he knew what type of white woman he was dealing with, and he knew that he was dealing with the type that don't like black women, or look down on black women, think that they're better than black women. So he that's a strategy he used. If I say this, that, and the other with black women, or even if he did have some bad experiences with black women, okay, I'm gonna run this down to her so I can get a place to stay. She said he was living out of his van. Okay, so he can get a place to stay, so he can get somebody to help him build his business. Yeah. He told you exactly what basically told her whatever she wanted to hear to get her to do what he wanted her to do. Men do that kind of thing all the time, and they do it on all races of women. They don't. Yeah, it just depends on the character of that man. You know, that's his strategy, to get her to do exactly what she wanted him or he wanted her to do. It's the oldest trick in the book, and she fell for it. And so that's not a flex. It's not a flex. Building a man, it's not a flex. It's not a flex. It's really not. For any race of woman, it's not a flex. It's not a flex for any race of woman. A man should already have his stuff together before he even pursues a relationship with a woman. Before a man pursues a relationship with a woman, he's supposed to already have his stuff together. I'm not saying the man has to be rich. He doesn't have to be rich. But he has to at least be able to take care of himself. And on Kendra, a lot of those black women come on there, if you pay attention. A lot of them that come on there, and I don't even look at Kendra a lot. But the ones that I have, a lot of the black women that I have seen on there, she asked them about what all do they want in a man, and she said, and a lot of the black women say, he just got to be able to take care of his own. It's a lot of black women that have said that on Kendra. If you pay attention, he just got to be able to. A man's got to be able to stand on his own 2 feet. But But building a man and everything is not a flex. It is not a flex. It really isn't a flex. It's not a flex. And so a man should not even be pursuing a relationship with a woman until he can successfully take care of himself. Does he have to be rich? No. A lot of black women don't require that. But he has to be able to take care of himself. You know? And if an event that she does have a good man and the relationship is successful, that's good. But she needs to be with that man because of who he is as a person, and not because he's a black man and you want to rub y'all relationship in black women's faces, because that's what a lot of white women do, and that's not okay. And the mere fact that she has to do that, that's problematic. And I see it as racist. I just see it as racist. You're a racist. Because you should be with somebody because of the content of their character, not because they're black. If they happen to be of another race or whatever, you should be with that person because of the content of their character. So that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to get that off my chest because it was a guy that came in my comment section of that video. It was like, y'all can learn something from her. Y'all must be, y'all getting offended. No, because I didn't already did what she talking about. And it's a lot of black women that have done that. She ain't doing nothing different, no different. She can't teach me nothing. Like I said in the comment section, she can't teach me nothing on how to treat no man. Okay? They needed to know how to treat me, and they didn't, and then that's why they're not here. Okay? Hit that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Be blessed and be safe out there.